Ladies and gentlemen, very good evening to you all here from Chaska High School. Ryan Paul joining you live for this evening's Chaska Hawks basketball matchup between your very own Chaska Hawks and the visiting Eagan Wildcats. Eagan comes into the game with a record of 0-2. They've lost to Henry Sibley and North St. Paul. Both games for Eagan have been very high scoring. 91-84 was the loss to Henry Sibley earlier in the year. And North St. Paul gave them an 80-73 run just a couple of days ago. North St. Paul also beat Chaska just a couple of days ago. So should be a pretty interesting matchup here tonight. Josh Painter, the head coach of Eagan, has his Wildcats here at Chaska High School tonight without winning a game this year. As for Chaska, they come into the game 1-1, beating Eastview on the road the other night. They lost to North St. Paul in their season opener. A very good game on, was it Thursday night that we played Eastview, and we will go now to our Chaska Hawks intro video here live on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network.
I'm ready. Come on.
Feel it coming in the air, hear the screams from everywhere. I'm addicted to the thrill. It's a dangerous love affair. Can't be scared when it goes down. Got a problem, tell me now. Only thing that's on my mind is who gon' run this town tonight.
We are, yeah, I said it, we are. This is Rock Nation. Pledge your allegiance. Get your fatigues on. All black everything. Black cars, all black everything. And I know the black girls riding with they. I get more in depth if you boys really know. This is not familiar. I'll explain later. But for now, let me get back to this paper. I'm a couple bands down and I'm trying to get back. I gave Dougie Grip, I lost a flip for 5 stacks. Me, I'm talking 5,6 zeros out, zeros hit the back and run the circles well. Let us go.
Who gon' run this town tonight?
Yeah.
Let's go back down live courtside here for the presentation of our Star Spangled Banner, the national anthem.
Chaska High School pep band directed by Mr. Tim Beckler play tonight's anthem.
A fantastic playing of our national anthem this evening by the Chaska High School pep band under the direction of Mr. Tim Beckler. Again, Ryan Paul coming to you here live on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. I'd like to head down to the court now here for the starting lineups here.
The Hawks have a 11-1 record for the year thus far, and the Wildcats are 0-2. Let's start tonight with the visiting guard, senior number 1, Tyler Ernst. For Chaska, a forward, 6'6" senior, number 1, Captain Parker Bjorklund. to sophomore, number 2, Zach Leah. For the Wildcats at guard, a 6-foot sophomore, number 15, Jalen James. For the Hawks at guard, 5'11" senior, number 3, Marcus Peters. For Eagan at guard, 6'1" sophomore, number 22, Kurt Olhughes. For the Hawks, a guard, 6'1", senior, number 5 captain, Matt Eliason. For the Wildcats, a forward, 6'1", senior, number 23, Cam Chance. And finally, for the Chaska Hawks, a forward, 6'6", junior, number 33, Cole Nicholson. Your starting lineups for tonight.
You're gonna keep. There are your starting lineups for this evening's game. Chaska will go with their typical starting lineup of Parker Bjorklund, Cole Nicholson, Marcus Peters, Zach Leah, and Matt Eliason. For the Wildcats, going to be Tyler Ernest, Callum Schmidt, Cam LaChance, Jalen James, and I didn't catch who the last one was. I believe it might be Lucas Leiter, but I'm not 100% sure. While we're getting ready for basketball here, thank you for joining us here on the Lenzen Chevrolet Buick Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. Ryan Paul committee here with live coverage of Chaska Hawks basketball. Parker Bjorklund's going to take the tip for Chaska against Jack Hellisham, who's the additional starter for Eagan. He's listed as 5'11". I think he's a little bit taller than 5'11". Oh no, I'm sorry, that's Callum Schmidt who's in the dot for Eagan. So it's Schmidt and Bjorklund for Chaska and Eagan. Night 3 of Chaska Hawks basketball is underway. Bjorklund wins the tip back to Zach Leah, and we are ready to go here. Chaska and Eagan. Nicholson at the top now. He swings it over for Leah, the sophomore. This is Nicholson now. Cole Nicholson drives the lane. Eagan, and he's called for a travel. I thought Eagan's Callum Schmidt might have fouled him, but instead it's a travel against Nicholson, the sophomore, or the junior rather, and it's a turnover on the first possession of the game for Chaska. Jalen James brings the ball to the floor now. The Eagan point guard. James, the 6-foot sophomore, who starts at the 1 for the Wildcats. Bjorklund gets the rebound off of the Eagan miss. It's up to Peters. Peters couldn't handle it. Goes out of bounds. And Eagan's going to get the ball back. So a couple of turnovers here to start out the game. Jalen James brings it up now, crossing the timeline, guarded by Leah, the fellow sophomore. They were chatting before the game. Small talk and a foul on the way up. I believe we're going to get Marcus Peters for the call. And our first free throws of the game are going to come out of the hands of 6'3" guard, senior Tyler Ernest. Chaska fans getting nice and loud. Ernest at the line for 2. The first of 2 is up and rims out. Stays a 0-0 tie here from Chaska High School. Ernest to the heckling of the Chaska students. He sinks the second one. 1-0 to score here. 17-16 to go in half number 1. Just underway here, not even a minute through this first half of basketball here from Chaska High School. The Hawks at 1-1, Eagan at 0-2. Nicholson around for Zach Leah. Zach Leah takes the baseline. One extra step. He didn't complete the play though, and Kurt Olhus rebounds for the Wildcats. Jalen James back to Olhus now. Olhus guarded by Leah. Dishes it out for Schmidt. Schmidt's 10-footer rims in and out, and Marcus Peters gets the pass from Parker Bjorklund off the rebound. This is Nicholson at the other end. Here's Peters with it. Peters, part of that senior, junior, sophomore starting lineup for Chaska. Nicholson for 3. Drains that. 3-1 in favor of the Hawks. Nicholson gives Chaska the lead. James up the floor now for the Wildcats. Pardon me, I got a little bit of a tender throat this evening, so if I have to cough a couple times, my bad. But on the basketball floor, Callum Schmidt unable to complete the play. Bjorklund with the rebound. Now it's up for Leah. Leah in the corner. Stutters, gives it over for Eliason. Eliason a quick pass to Peters. Peters a tray ball. Got it! Marcus Peters for three. 6-1 Hawks lead. Chaska's 6 points coming off of 2 3 balls from Nicholson and Peters so far. We're only a couple minutes in here. 15:46 on the clock. 6-1. Chaska with the lead here. Their home opener from Chaska High School. This is Jalen James for 3. James' 3 is long. Rebound Peters. Peters is coming up with it quickly. Timeline pass to Leah. Leah the entry pass to Bjorklund. Bjorklund over for Nicholson. Nicholson, here's another one. Just a bit too long. Matt Eliason battling for the rebound. He's outworked by Callum Schmidt though. And that sends the ball all the way back down. Down is Tyler Ernest. Ernest's ugly shot was no good. Now it's for Leah. Leah had for the Hawks. Leah went up with it and was fouled. He's going to get 2 shots with the charity stripe. 15-14 on the clock. The first foul against Eagan is going to go against Olheim. So Zach Leah going to the stripe for 2. Leah, the sophomore, seeing his first consistent varsity minutes this year after catching a little bit of time last year in the ends of games when the Hawks were up by quite a few points. Failed to hit the first one, and now the game at 6-1. He's going to try to complete the second half. He does just that, and moves it to 7-1 now. Jalen James, the guard, brings it up for the Wildcats. It's over for Ernest now. Ernest looking for an option. He finds Schmidt. Schmidt over for Olhus. Now it's Ernest. Ernest's one-handed shot is just short. Back in the hands of Eagan though. Ernest fell as he tried to enter the lane. Now it's over for LaChance. Cam LaChance. Haven't called his name yet. He's a 6'1 senior forward. Here's a 3 ball. Rims in and out. Parker Bjorklund doing a good job boxing out to get the rebound on that one. Nicholson ahead with it. Nicholson the baseline. He fell awkwardly as he tried to drive. Pushing it back down. This is Tyler Ernest. Ernest up and no good. Eagan failing to get a field goal so far. They're 1 point coming off a free throw. Bjorklund battling against a lot of contact there, and Zach Leah reset. Chaska's students coming out in a good showing here for night number 1 at home. Hawks played their first 2 road games of the season earlier in the month, and a kickball violation against Tyler Ernest. And some substitutions for Chaska and Eagan. Connor Krinos enters for Chaska. Replaces Marcus Peters. Nicholson did a good job of, Krinos rather, had a couple of good 3-pointers in that win versus Eastview just a couple days ago. He's here now. Head fake, now an entry pass from Nicholson to Bjorklund. Bjorklund working against some contact. Bjorklund called for a travel. I can't see how that'd be a travel. I mean, it's at least a jump ball. We continue though with 14 minutes to go here. 7-1 the score. Hawks with the 6-point lead on Eagan so far. Early in the home opener for the Hawks. Zach Leah now. Leah ahead with it. Zach Leah playing good defense though. Chaska's bench getting into it, and a sloppy pass thrown by Tyler Ernst. Intended for Jalen James, who was nowhere really near him. Goes out of bounds, and a turnover on Eagan. 13:44 to go here. Krinos with it over for Leah. Leah entry pass from Elias into Bjorklund now. Bjorklund double team down low. Here's Krinos. Krinos has a tray ball. It's up and rims in and out. 13.5 to go in half number 1. Jalen James up the floor. Crosses the timeline guarded by Zach Leah, fellow sophomore. Here's James now. Connor Krinos left Ernest's assignment, and Ernest goes up and chucks up a brick. A tough start for Tyler Ernest, the 6'3 senior for the Wildcats. Here's James. James over for Leiter, who just checked in. Leiter gives it over for Hansen, who also recently entered the game. And a travel called on Caden Hansen, the 6'3 senior. Another turnover on Eagan. Peters re-enters for Chaska, and Andrew Fix, the senior, also enters. Here's Connor Krinos with 13 minutes to go here in half number 1. 7-1 the score. Nicholson with it at the top now. It's over for Eliason. Eliason to Krinos. Krinos up top for Peters. Peters wanted a 3-ball. He was a little bit too late on that, so he hesitated and gave it over to Krinos, who now gives over from Nicholson. Nicholson inside, lost the handle on. He's looking for a foul. He's have to play through that. A lot of contact being applied by Eagan. Looks like the referees are going to let him play a little bit here tonight. This is Leiter. Leiter back outside now. This is Cam LaChance. Biggest body on the floor for Eagan is Cam LaChance, number 23 in white. An errant pass off the hands of Eagan's Lucas Leiter, and it's Chaska ball. Another turnover for Eagan. Here's Krinos who brings it up the floor now. 12:24 on the clock. Here's Nicholson, 33, gives it over for Andrew Fix. Fix to Eliason now for Chaska. Nicholson down low, backing down against Hansen. But with the right hand, Nicholson's up and good for 2. Ends the scoring drought by either team. It's 9-1 now in favor of Chaska. 7 minutes and 5 seconds to go here in the first half. A good crowd on hand for the home opener here tonight from Chaska High School. LaChance now works it across the swing for Caden Hansen. The bench and Hawk students starting to get into it here. Lucas Leiter, no, that's Komzak. Komzak misses it. Nicholson with a defensive rebound. 11:47 to go. A head pass for Peters. Peters and Nicholson. Nicholson a hesitation out into the corner for a wide open Andrew Fix 3. It's no good. Matt Eliason outboxed for a rebound. And with 11:35 to go in the first half, 9-1 stays the score. Jalen James on the Chaska Hawk right in front of the students. A nice spin move inside. James misses. And first field goal of the game for Eagan is Caden Hansen. Here's Fix now. Fix, another 3, this time from the top, just a bit too short. Fix, two 3-point shots and just 2 near misses. So entering it is LaChance now into the paint. LaChance misses. Nicholson snags the rebound. Marcus Peters up ahead. Chaska has numbers here. They're going to slow it down. Instead, Peters takes the 3-ball just off. Rebound by Leiter. Probably an ill-advised shot there from Peters. And down low, it's Hansen who fails to connect on the rebound. And Chaska's going to slow it up here. Connor Krinos, the junior, is going to bring it up here for Chaska. Krinos now gives it up top for Eliason. Eliason has it over for Fix. Fix. Back over for Fix now. Fix a tray ball. That one's not going to drop either. Eliason's there for the putback. A foul is called on Eagan's 14 Hansen. I think that's his second of this game, and the 9-3 score. Matt Eliason's going to have 2 shots.
Shooting 2. Eliason at the line of Hawks.
10:25 to go here in the first half. 9-3 the score. Eliason's first of 2 is no good. Substitutions for Chaska. The freshman, Spencer Getz, enters for Nicholson, is who he replaces. (10-3) the score. Sorry, I had to step away there for a moment. This is Jack Carlson, the sophomore. 5'8" his height. Entry pass. Now it's Carlson in the corner. Carlson a high-arcing 3-ball. Just long. Fix the rebound. Fix going to bring it up the floor. Pushes his head for Getz. Getz looks for something to do with it. He gives it to Fix. Fix takes the lane. And an errant pass out of bounds. And Marcus Peters just over the head of Marcus Peters. And we get a turnover here with 10:05 to go here. 10-3 the score. Eagan down to Chaska early here from Chaska High School. Home opener basketball for the Hawks. Down low, that's Cam LaChance for 2. It's 10-5 score. Peters inside now for the Hawks at the other end. Over for Krinos. Krinos the Fix. Fix enters for Getz. It goes out of bounds off of the hands of the freshman. And yet another turnover. A sloppy game so far here. 10:40 to go here in the first half. 9:40 to go, rather. Here's Carlson. for the Wildcats up. Now ahead, here's LeChance. LeChance over for Olhus. Olhus back out for Carlson now. Carlson now back for Olhus. Olhus' three is off, and it's going to be a foul down low against Caden Hansen. Boxed out a little bit too aggressively, and going the other way, it's going to be Chaska ball. Zach Lee with it now. Leah pushing. Krinos now inside to Nicholson. Leah has it back. He goes right past Ernest. Here's Krinos for a tray. Dribbles in and out. Parker Bjorklund the putback though. A nice play for Parker Bjorklund. 12-5 the score. Just under 9 minutes to go here from Chaska High School. Tyler Ernst. Back now for Leiter. Leiter for Eagan. Callum Schmidt. Lost out of bounds. Hawks ball.
Back in the game for the Hawks. Gets out.
Some substitutions here. Ben Kamzak enters for the Wildcats. Pushing down now Nicholson. Nicholson for Chaska. Eliason has it. Eliason up top to Leah. Leah go over for Krinos, who gives an entry to Bjorklund. Bjorklund looking for something to do. Eliason, quick pass to Nicholson. Nice ball movement from Chaska. 14-5 the score. Nice play there from the Hawks, and gives them a 9-point lead on the Eagan Wildcats here from Chaska High School. Ryan Paul coming to you here live on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. Eagan and Chaska. Hawks and Wildcats. This is James, nope, that's Carlson who has it for the Wildcats, and this is a three ball from Oathouse.
Number 22, Wolves, the Wildcats.
So it makes it a 14-8 game. Chaska down the other end. Bjorklund throws one up off the bottom of the rim. And now it's back down for Oathouse. Pass is swung around now after a loose ball, and Kamzak hits for Eagan, makes it a 4-point game here. Krinos for three, bangers! 7-point game. Connor Krinos puts Chaska up 17-10. At the other end here for Eagan. Now the Wildcats working it around. Chaska causes a turnover and a toss ball. $7:15 to go here. Chaska getting a lot of turnovers out of the Eagan Wildcats here. Not exactly the cleanest game by either team so far. Eliason now for Chaska over to Nicholson. Now to Bjorklund. 7 minutes and change here. Eliason working hard down low against the sophomore Carlson. Now it's Bjorklund around the arc. Bjorklund enters now. Bjorklund goes up for the dunk! And puts Kurt Olhouse on a poster! 19-10 Chaska. Highlight reel dunk from Parker Bjorklund. What a play by the Hawk senior. Down at the other end, Jack Carlson. Got it out of bounds. Eagan ball. What a dunk at the other end, though, by Chaska Parker Bjorklund, making it a 19-10 game. Sorry, Max Hannon had to run off for a sec, so I'm working the score here as well, so I'll get that up there for you. There you go. 19-10 the score, Eagan ball. 6:40 to go. Chaska's crowd and bench getting into it. Jalen James has it now. Up top for Carlson. Carlson with it for the Wildcats. Swings it over for Olhouse. Olhouse into the corner for Kamazak for three. Drains that one. Nice shot from the Eagan Wildcats. Kamazak. 13-19 game here. Here's Krinos, another three short. Nicholson battling for the rebound, but right into the hands of Jack Carlson. Carlson guarded by Eliason. Now here he is up top. 6:10 to go in half number one. Eagan and Chaska. Number 22, Olhouse has it. He swings it around for Kamazak, who has a couple of points off of three balls so far this game. Blocked by Matt Eliason. We're going the other way. Eliason pushes ahead. Eliason another pass to Bjorklund. He's fouled, and one opportunity, no. Bjorklund's going to get 2 free throws. 19-13 to go. 5:53 left in half number 1. And a couple of free throws by Parker Bjorklund. Here's Bjorklund at the line for 2. He sinks the first end of 1. End of 2, rather. 5:53 on the clock here. 20-13 the score. Bjorklund for a second of 2. It's up and good. 21-13 the score. Carlson bringing it up the floor for Eagan. Still shaken by that Parker Bjorklund dunk. What a play from the Chaska senior. He had a nice dunk last game. Comes back and impresses again this game. Nice play. Kamzak enters now. Kamzak into the corner for LaChance. LaChance back to Kamzak. Chaska playing good defense. The crowd on the bench likes it. Jalen James with it now enters, gives it off into the corner for Carlson. Obviously no shot clock here at Minnesota, so Eagan's going to have to hold it for as long as they can without getting a turnover. Here's Kamzak enters now. Charge. Offensive foul. 5:09 to go, and an offensive foul against Eagan. Kamzak the guilty party. His second infraction of the game. Both teams have 5 fouls, and it's not his second foul. But 5:09 to go here. It's Kozman's first foul. 21-13 to go here in the first half from Chaska High School. Zach Lee, who just checked back in for the Hawks. Over to Eliason. Eliason to Leah. Leah has it. Leah enters the paint. Leah, a fancy move, no good. Ernest grabs the rebound, rather. Carlson now. Carlson to James. Jalen James, the 10-footer, up and good with the left hand. Bodies on the floor in the backcourt. Eliason now ahead with it. Fake pass to Bjorklund, but Eliason couldn't finish. Stays at 21-15 game with 4.5 to go here in the first half. Jack Carlson lost the ball inside. Bjorklund's going to get the steal. Bjorklund ahead. Bjorklund targeting the rim. And he goes up, and Eagan player tried to take a charge, and he's down on the floor now. He tried to stand in there to take a charge, but I don't think the contact was egregious enough, and it goes out of bounds after the play is over. 4:18 to go here. Josh Peter not pleased with the no call and a charge, and it's a long 2 from Tyler Ernest. He misses. Eliason ahead of it now. Eliason working. Peters the 3 ball. Here's a 3. Got it, Marcus Peters! 3 for Chaska with 4 minutes to go in the first half. It's a 9-point lead for Chaska on Eagan. 24-15, 3:51, a timeout on Eagan. Josh Peter takes the first one, and we will go to break here with 3:50 to go, a 24-15 lead for Chaska.
This Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network live stream is brought to you by Lenzen Chevrolet Buick, Above and Beyond Marketing Communications, and St. Francis Orthopedic Rehab.
From Chaska High School, welcome back. Ryan Paul bringing you live coverage of Chaska and Eagan this evening on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. London Chevrolet Buick proudly presenting tonight's stream. Hope you're enjoying it so far. Highlights include a Parker Bjorklund dunk and a 24-15 lead for Chaska on Eagan here early. Cole Nicholson almost had to steal a play which he was almost going to make, and then he got called a little bit too late, and it's a foul against the Chaska junior. First foul called against Nicholson. 3:49 here in the first half. Chaska with a 9-point lead on the Eagan Wildcats. Schmidt enters. Schmidt working against Nicholson. Nicholson did a good job of applying enough contact, who now allows Eliason to push up ahead with it. Here's Peters, who gives it over for Leah. Coach Coleman for Chaska directing traffic out there. Here's Marcus Peters, or Matt Eliason rather, excuse me. Zach Lee enters. Zach Lee off the glass, just a bit too strong. Bjorklund got out rebounded by Schmidt. Eagan pushing ahead now. Matt Eliason playing aggressive defense. Here's Wohouse. Carlson couldn't possess it cleanly inside for the Wildcats. Now it's Cam LaChance. LaChance enters the paint, gives it off for Callum Schmidt. And Matt Eliason got tangled up down there for Chaska, so it's going to go a foul against the Chaska senior. Schmidt at the line now. Misses the first, stays a 24-15 game. Krinos enters for Chaska, 3:05 here. 24-15 to go. Schmidt at the line, 0 for 2. Offensive rebound, no. Parker Broken able to secure it for Chaska. 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Chaska and Eagan. MSHSL basketball here. Chaska coming out of the Metro West Conference. They've yet to play a conference game. Eagan out of the South Suburban Conference. They've also yet to play a conference game. 2:43 reads the clock. Connor Krinos inbound for Chaska. Nobody open so far. Now it's Krinos who looks for an option. Almost had a 5-second call. Eliason catches it though, and Marcus Peters spots up a 3 in the eyeball of Carlson. No good. Eagan's number 23, LaChance, also for the rebound, and 2:42 on the clock. Eagan's going to get a setup here. LaChance with it. He gives it over for Carlson. Carlson, LaChance. LaChance put one up, and it's a good shot by Cam LaChance, the 6'1 senior for the Wildcats. 2:30 to go here in the first half. Bjorklund up top. Bjorklund, Peters, Nicholson now. Nicholson around. Nicholson got fouled as he went up with it. 2:20 to go in half. Number 1, Nicholson's going to get a pair of free throws, and with a 24-17 score, he's going to hope to expand on that lead for Chaska. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in this evening. I know last night we had our hockey broadcast. This concludes a full week on the Lens and Chevrolet Buick Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. We had a doubleheader on Tuesday, Chaska and Eagan, or excuse me, Chaska hockey and Chaska basketball. Sorry, I was trying to multitask there. And yesterday we had Chaska hockey, and today we have Chaska basketball. So a full week, and so far all games have been won by Chaska. So that's a plus. Hopefully we can keep it going here tonight. 26-17 to score here. 2:17 to go in the first half. Leiter with it now for Eagan. Leiter over to James. James enters. James pokes it out for Olhouse. Olhouse guarded by Krinos. Right hand, a stutter step by Olhouse. Krinos going to switch and guard Ernest now, right in front of the Chaska students. Jalen James with it. Jalen James, left-handed 3, left it short. The sophomore couldn't finish. Now it's Leiter with the offensive board. Spins it in for 2. 26-19, a minute and 45 to go. Krinos crosses the timeline, guarded by Leiter. Now it's Nicholson. Nicholson working, double team. Can't control the ball, goes out of bounds. Eagan was the last to touch it, and it's Chaska ball with a minute and 34 to go here. Nicholson catches the inbound from the pass of Krinos. Nicholson working against a lot of traffic down there. Nicholson goes up with it, can't finish. Ernest with it now. Ernest drives ahead, 1:20 to go. This is Callum Schmidt. Now back to Ernest. Ernest hands it off for Olhaus. Olhaus to James. And James to Leiter. Eagan swinging it around. Now they shoot it. Olhaus for three. No good. Nicholson down there bodying for the rebound. Got tangled up with Callum Schmidt, who goes up with it and is fouled with just over 1 minute to go. 26-19 here. The score from Chaska High School. A bit of an interesting pace here in this first half. Callum Schmidt at the line. First one is good. Hits his first half of the two-shot free throw chance. Misses the second, and with 1 minute to go, Connor Krinos gets the ball from Nicholson. Now it's up for Eliason. Eliason quickly to Krinos, or to Bjorklund. Bjorklund down low, no good. Couldn't finish on that one. Schmidt with the rebound. 49 seconds left here. In the first half, Jalen James gonna slow things down here. Very gradually is Eagan gonna work. 40 seconds left. Over for Ernest. Here's a three ball from Olhaus. Olhaus sinks to three. 3-point game, 26-23 to go here. 30 seconds left in this first half. Krinos now. Krinos to Peters. Peters, Nicholson. Eliason snags the pass. 19 seconds to go here in the first half. Krinos with it here. Clapping is Tyler Ernest. Egan's fans and bench into it here. 10 seconds on the clock. Chaska setting up for the final shot here. 8, 7, 6. Here's Peters. Peters to Nicholson. Nicholson with 5 seconds. A long three ball, fouled. 3 shots ahead of Cole Nicholson with 3.3 ticks remaining in the first half. Schmidt picks up his second foul. Nicholson here to the line for a trio of free throws. Nicholson's first. The backspin on the ball is up and through. Expands to a 27-23 lead for the Hawks. The junior Cole Nicholson, possibly the most dominant player on the Hawks roster. He sinks the second of two, or second of three rather. Nicholson now gets the ball for his third. Nicholson's third is good. 3 for 3 for Cole Nicholson. Substitutions is Andrew Fix and Spencer Getz enter the game. 2 seconds, 1 second, a half-court shot from Jalen James is no good, and Chaska leads by 29-23 score at the break. We'll be right back on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. We'll go to break, and we'll be right back for the second half of action here from Chaska High School. 29-23 Hawk lead at halftime.
This Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network live stream is brought to you by Lenzen Chevrolet Buick, Above and Beyond Marketing Communications, and St. Francis Orthopedic Rehab.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Chaska High School. Ryan Paul coming to you here live on the Lenzen Chevrolet Buick Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. Just about ready to get things underway here in half number 2 from Chaska High School, where Eagan and the Hawks are facing off here. Chaska with a 29-23 lead on the Wildcats at this point. We're halfway through game number 3 of this Chaska season. Good showing here on opening night on their home season here at Chaska. Thank you to Lenzen Chevrolet Buick, Above and Beyond Marketing Communications, and St. Francis Orthopedic Rehab once again for their sponsorships of tonight's broadcast. We really appreciate it. Our next broadcast, not till next Tuesday. I believe we have a doubleheader of Chaska and Chaska hockey and Chaska basketball. I'll have to confirm. You can check me out on Twitter to make sure we are all set away there. And a reminder, you can watch all of our broadcasts at www.chaskabasketballreport.com. Getting ready to get things going here on half number 2. 29-23 the score. 18 minutes to go here in regulation. Chaska and Eagan. Jalen James with it for the Wildcats. Has it. Eagan working left to right across your TV screen, phone screen, tablet, whatever device you might be viewing it on here tonight. Thank you for joining us. Either way, Chaska and Eagan. Down low, here's Ernest. Fouled as he went up with it. 17:40 to go here. Just a couple seconds into half number 2. 29-23 the score, and it's a foul on the floor, rather, and Eagan has the ball here. LaChance throws has a turnover, and Chaska goes down the other way with it. Here's Bjorklund up the other way. Bjorklund put back for 2. Chaska 31, Eagan 23. 17:24 to go here in regulation. Ryan Paul coming in here live from Chaska High School. Olhus enters now. It's Ernest. Ernest has it. He swings it back out for the point guard, Jalen James. 31-23 with 17-10 to go here. Here's a 3 from Tyler Ernst. Missing, and Cole Nicholson has the board. Matt Eliason brings it up now. Eliason throws it for Peters. Peters let it go out of bounds. 16:59 reads the clock. And it's a turnover in favor of the Wildcats' possession. In that first half, Parker Bjorklund had a monster dunk, which highlighted the first half of play here from Chaska High School. Now it's Schmidt who looks for an option for the Wildcats of Eagan. Coming into the game, they're 0-2 on the year, losing to North St. Paul and Henry Sibley. Chaska 1-1. They defeated Eastview on Tuesday night and lost to North St. Paul as well earlier in the year. Nicholson, rebound off of a Jalen James miss, gives it to Bjorklund. Bjorklund working the baseline. He gives it over for Eliason in the corner, up top for Leah. Leah, the one-handed pass over from Nicholson. Nicholson to Leah. Here's a 3-ball from the Hawks sophomore just off. Leah struggling to find a shot early in the year here, so hopefully he can get that worked out. And down on the other end of the floor, Kurt Olhus goes up and is fouled as he went up. 16:08 to go. 31-23. 16:08 here, the second foul of the evening on Matt Eliason. Eagan is on the floor again, so no free throws here. Peters is steal for Chaska. Peters ahead for Eliason. Eliason goes up for 2. Matt Eliason assist to Marcus Peters. 15:52 here left in half number 2. Kurt Olhus over for Ernest. Ernest looks for an option. He wants a screen from Jalen James. He's not going to get it. Instead, he's going to give the ball up to James. Now it's back over for Olhus. LaChance enters now. LaChance traveled, but nothing called. Ernest shoots from long range. No good. Nicholson the board. Nicholson working past Callum Schmidt, who almost broke an ankle, it looked like. Now it's into the corner for Peters. Peters in for Bjorklund. Powering is Parker Bjorklund. Nicholson has it in the corner now. Here's a 3-ball just off. Rebound Eagan. 15-10 to go here. from Chaska High School. Cam LaChance has it, and he gives it off for Callum Schmidt, who puts it up off the window for two. 33-25. Parker Bjorklund, fake pass for Marcus Peters. Bjorklund keeps it himself, and 14:57 on the clock. Bjorklund draws a foul.
Multiple substitutions going in for the Wildcats.
Nicholson down low for two. Chaska leading now, 35-25, a 10-point lead for the Hawks. Down at the other end, Jalen James, crossover past Leah. He's up and no good for two. Parker Bjorklund snags the board. Now it's Bjorklund at the other end. Eliason now, Eliason Bjorklund. Bjorklund, Leah. Nicholson down low. Bjorklund's wide open. Nicholson tried to throw a pass to Bjorklund underneath it. Got tipped up and almost went through the hoop. This is Carlson now. Carlson for Eagan, up top for James. James back over for Leiter. Leiter inside, shut down by Leah. Back over for Carlson here. Carlson back now for Olhus. Olhus to James. James almost spotted up a three ball, but Matt Eliason was right in his face, so nothing came of that. Matt Eliason with the cookie. Matt Eliason pushes ahead. He gives it off for Peters. Peters goes up for two. Marcus Peters to Matt Eliason. Or the other way around, rather. And a timeout on the floor. A 12-point lead for Chaska early in the second half. 13:43 to go here in regulation. Chaska with a big lead. We'll go to break. When we return, more from the second half of action.
This Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network live stream is brought to you by Lenz and Chevrolet Buick, Above and Beyond Marketing Communications, and St. Francis Orthopedic Rehab.
Back here from Chaska High School. Chaska up big on Eagan, 37-25 early in the second half. An 8-0 run for the Hawks here. 13:43 to go in the second half. Jalen James inbounds it for Eagan now. That's Leiter who caught the inbound. Now it's back in the hands of Jalen James. Up top for the sophomore, Carlson, 5'8". Looks a little bit younger than a sophomore. He played in the JV game. He struggled with the jumper. Kurt Olhaus has it up top now, guarded by Krinos. Up top now is Jalen James. James guarded by Leah. Schmidt enters. Schmidt a good pass off for Hansen, and Hansen puts it through for a pair. 10-point lead for Chaska now, 13:10 to go. In the regulation period of the second half, Krinos inside. Eliason kicks it to Spencer Getz, the freshman. Gets Nicholson. He has it now. Nicholson for Leah. Leah is going to try a three ball, and he misses that one. Leah is just a little bit flat. A foul going to go against Chaska. We'll see who is the guilty one on this call. 12:52 to go. A 10-point lead for your Chaska Hawks. The freshman Spencer Getz commits the foul, and Chaska with a 10-point lead. 12:44 to go here. Krinos with the steal. Krinos pushes up ahead for Eliason. Eliason to Krinos. Zach Leah up top now. Krinos has it back, swinging around, and now they enter it for Nicholson. Nicholson double team. Nicholson off the window. Rims in and out. Goes out of bounds. Getz is going to pick up his second foul down low. So the freshman, Spencer Getz, getting good varsity minutes this year, picks up his second foul in the last couple of plays here. Still a 10-point advantage for your Hawks. Ryan Erickson. Nope, that's Jalen James, I'm sorry. Now it's up top. Leiter has it. Lighter for Eagan, looking for something to do with it. He guarded by Getz. Now he dishes it off for James. James in the face of Krinos. Good defense applied by the Chaska Hawks here. Eliason poked one out of the hands of Woolhouse, and he's called for the foul. I think he only got ball there, but it's not my call. And Matt Eliason picks up his third foul and will presumably exit, as Marcus Peters and Parker Bjorklund both checking at the scorer's table. 11:56 to go here. Kurt Olhouse. I don't know how you say that one really. 6'1" sophomore nevertheless. Listed as a guard. Hits the first of two. Bjorklund and Peters enter. Getz with 2 fouls and Eliason with 3. Both exit. For Olhouse. Couple of dribbles, and he puts up the second free throw. It's off. Offensive rebound by Hanson though. Jalen James over for Carlson. Carlson for Olhouse for 3. Long. That's going to go out of bounds off of Eagan. Referee doesn't know what the call should be, so he kind of guesses, I think, and gives it in favor of Eagan. Man, that was terrible. Terrible. He was totally not sure what to call there, so he just hesitated and finally pointed in the favor of Eagan. There was no way that was off of Eagan. I mean, a mistake there from the official, and they almost miss a 5-second call here, but Leiter enters now. Leiter up top for Olhouse. Olhouse in the corner. Here's the 3 attempt. No good. Out of bounds. Chaska ball as Kamzak fell hard to the floor, and now apparently we want to get an overruling of the call. And a foul on Chaska. And it's Eagan ball. Wow. The last couple minutes of officiating here have really been head-scratching. So Peters, a foul. We're going to see a little bit of the Chaska bench here. Andrew Fix checks into the table. He's going to enter, probably for Peters, who has 3 fouls. Carlson clamped down by Chaska now. Carlson doesn't stand a chance out there against some of these bigger kids. Lucas Leiter enters after walking, nothing called. Krinos bodied with. Chaska fans absolutely wondering what's going on here with the officiating. And Ben Kamzak gets a 3, and with a 31-37 lead, Chaska still not very happy about this officiating, and I don't think they need to be very happy. Here's Peters in the corner for 3. He chucks it up. It's short. Chaska's probably going to need a timeout here. Dana Coleman's need to chew off some lip to the officials, and the team's going to need a break. Kamzak enters the arc. Now it's Carlson. Carlson still clamped by Greeno. Carlson not able to do anything here. Chaska really doing a good job of playing defense on him. Nicholson snags the rebound after the Olhouse miss, and Zach Leah brings it up now for Chaska. Nicholson wants to take over here. He's going to set a screen for Krinos, who he just gave it to. Nicholson has it back now. It's Bjorklund down low. Bjorklund over for Leah. Leah touch pass to Peters. Peters from 5, no good, and Nicholson tipped it out to Olhouse. Olhouse is going to slow it up. Ugly pass off to Leiter. Now it's Carlson who has it. Carlson still being clamped down by this Chaska defense. 10:09 to go here. Andrew Fix still sitting at the scorer's table. He's been waiting for a while for a dead ball. Peters guarding Kamzak now. Olhouse in the lane. Out for Kamzak now. Kamzak by way of Parker Bjorklund, who guarded him. He drew a steal. Now it's Krinos ahead. Krinos for Nicholson. Nicholson back to Krinos. Flung over for Peters. A whistle on the floor. Timeout. Chaska. 30-second timeout called by Chaska's Dana Coleman. And we will head to break momentarily on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network.
This Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network live stream is brought to you by Lenzen Chevrolet Buick, Above and Beyond Marketing Communications, and St. Francis Orthopedic Rehab.
Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network is the location. I'm Ryan Paul, bringing you live coverage of Chaska and Eagan. 37-31, 9:41 on the clock. Timeout Chaska was recently called. And they're going to have it on the sideline. Carlson playing defense against Krinos, who's trying to inbound it. Now it's Leah who has it for Chaska. Leah guarded in the face by Lucas Leader. Now it's Nicholson down low. Here's Leah. Leah over for Krinos. Krinos in the corner for Fix. Bjorklund working hard down low. He gets the ball. Now it's back to Fix. Fix to Krinos. Leah. Nicholson. Here's the shot from Nicholson. Just a bit off. Fix the rebound. Fix goes right back up with it. Foul. 9:18 to go here. 37-31, a 6-point lead for Chaska. Low scoring game. My goodness. Nobody was in the 30-point category at the half. We're still not past 40 here. Almost halfway through this second period. Andrew Fix at the line. A Chaska senior coming off the bench. It's his first of 2 free throws. 38-31 the score. 9:18. Andrew Fix spins the ball in his hands. He hung that one short. Bjorklund goes over the top for a rebound, but instead it's Carlson who snatches it. Carlson pushes ahead here. Now it's over for Olhaus. Olhaus guarded by Zach Leah. Glider. Olhaus for 3. No good. Nicholson's being grabbed down low. How do you not call that? My goodness. Now it's Krinos up ahead. Krinos for Chaska. Over for Leah. Krinos. Bjorklund. Both fans trying to get in the heads of the officials, it looks like. Krinos quickly to Fix. Fix to Leah. Leah holds back on a 3 ball. Leah enters. Leah to Bjorklund. Bjorklund up for 2. Zach Leah to Parker Bjorklund. Chaska back. Up by 9. 40-31. 8:37 to go here. A block and a jump ball called. Going in favor of Chaska. So Chaska's going to have a chance to go up by double digits here on this possession. 8:33 to go. 40-31. The score here from Chaska High School. Thanks again to our sponsors, Lenzen Chevrolet Buick, Above and Beyond Marketing Communications, and St. Francis Orthopedic Rehab. They've been great so far this year, and we're excited to keep things going with them throughout the season on the CHBN. Connor Krinos spots up a trade, just a bit off. Parker Bjorklund the putback. The second time, it's up and good. An 11-point lead for Chaska, 42-31. And out of the timeout, the Hawks going on a nice little run here. 8:08 to go. For Eagan now is Jack Carlson. Carlson, man, the sophomore really struggling to get anything going for himself here. Ball movement is his only thing that he's got here. He hasn't had any points so far this game. I don't reckon. And Leah has it here off the rebound by Nicholson. Leah finds Krinos, who's open in the corner. Krinos takes the baseline, gives an entry pass to nobody. A bit of an ill-advised pass there from Connor Krinos. Lighter up ahead. It's up for Olhaus, who completes the layup. And with 7:38 to go, it's a 9-point Chaska lead. We're going to go to break. It's a 42-33 advantage for Chaska. And we will head to a break here from Chaska High School. On the
This Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network live stream is brought to you by Lenzen Chevrolet Buick, Above and Beyond Marketing Communications, and St. Francis Orthopedic Rehab.
Welcome back to Chaska High School. It's the Hawks ball with 7:38 to go here. Halfway through the second half. Ryan Paul coming to you with Hawks basketball coverage. Chaska students rise to their feet for the last 7.5. Zach Leah has a wide open 3 in the quarter, and Zach Leah misses it. Parker Bjorklund's there for the putback, though. And the second try, he's fouled. Parker Brooklyn doing a good job of working physical down low, and the Eagan head coach, Mr. Josh Peter, screams out, put a body on him, and I think that's the only way you're going to stop Parker Brooklyn, is if you put a body on him. He's at the line now. It was Jalen James who picked up his first foul. LaChance re-enters for the Wildcats. The score 42-33 here. 7:25. Bjorklund up and good. 10-point lead for Chaska. 43-33. 10:20 to go in second half. This is Ernest. Ernest gives it away for Olhus. Olhus, Nicholson now. Nicholson to Fix. Fix working quickly. Fix went up and is called for a charge. Andrew Fix picks up his third foul of the night, coming offensively. Oh, I'm sorry. It's only his first foul of the evening. I was looking at the wrong sheet, and with 7:10 to go, it's 43-33. Jack Carlson ahead here. Carlson to Olhouse. Olhouse in the paint. Leah guards him. Leah to LaChance now. LaChance up with it, and Parker Brooklyn got all ball, but apparently that's a foul. 6:56 reads the clock, and Bjorklund's second foul. 6:56, as I said, it's a 10-point lead for Chaska. LaChance, a 6'1" senior, at the line. His first one is up and no good. Second one from LaChance is up and through. 6:53 to go here. Zach Lee with it. Leah pushing for Eliason along the sideline. Eliason guarded by LaChance. He gives it inside for Nicholson. Right back to him. Nicholson got it fumbled with. Nicholson having some troubles down low as Parker Bjorklund takes his ball away. It's up for Nicholson. Nicholson grabs it after almost going out of bounds. He misses the finger roll though, and 6:30 to go. Chaska still holding on to that 9-point lead. 6:28. Here is Olhus. Olhus for three. No good. Leah the board. Leah up to Connor Krinos now. Krinos looks for an option. Nicholson posting down low. Hanson guards it. Here's Leah. Leah stutter steps after almost pulling a trigger on a three ball. Zach Leah, the sophomore guard for Chaska, out there number 2 in purple. Old Nicholson now. Nicholson to Eliason. Eliason inside to Bjorklund with the left hand. Eliason up and through. Chaska back up by 11. 5:55 here in the second half. Ryan Paul Community Live. Hunter Knapp on the camera. Max Hannon with the production this evening on the Lundzen Chevrolet Buick Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. As I say that, Tyler Ernst has a 2. Chaska back down only a 9-point lead. So back and forth here with the double-digit leads as Matt Eliason has it for the Hawks along the sideline. Nicholson now over to Fix, or over to Bjorklund. Now it's down low for Eliason. Matt Eliason physically down low, up and good for 2. 5:20 on the clock. Back up to 11 points is the lead for Chaska. Matt Eliason tried to stand in and take a charge through LaChance. LaChance simply missed a couple of layups. Egan's bench standing up holding their hands in the air like what? I don't know what you could have called there. 5:05 to go. Zach Leah with it. Here's Eliason who runs the baseline. Nicholson has a wide open tray in the corner. Cole Nicholson tending the garden with just under 5 minutes to go. Chaska up 50-36 on Eagan. We will run the break real quick, and when we come back, we have the final 4:54 of this basketball game on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network.
This Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network live stream is brought to you by Lundzen Chevrolet Buick, Above and Beyond Marketing Communications, and St. Francis Orthopedic Rehab.
Welcome back, Chaska High School. Here we are just about to exit the timeout here, and I'm going to give you a runaround here on Twitter from Eric Krauscher at Chaska Sport. Eastridge going, they're in Chanhassen just across the border right now. They're up 56-41 on the Storm. Eastridge, a very good team here. I was looking at their box scores the other night. A very, very good-looking Eastridge team. They're going to be a lot of fun. They're young, and they're going to be fun to watch in the next couple of years. So look for Eastridge to come out of the woodwork here. Here's a three from number 25 who just entered the game. Who is that? That's Cam House, a 5'8" sophomore. His three was just a bit too long, and with 4:39 to go, it's Chaska ball. Number 2, Zach Lee with it for the Hawks. He's double teamed in the backcourt now. He gives it ahead for Bjorklund. Bjorklund has Nicholson open down low, but instead he gives it in the corner for Peters. Peters for Bjorklund. Bjorklund swings it for Lee. Lee to Nicholson. Nicholson guarded by Hansen. He's up and through for 2. Chaska starting to run away a little bit with this one. 4:18 on the clock. Eastridge starting to play on their toes here. Chaska's really picking up the intensity. Marcus Peters on the floor for a loose ball. Nice play by Peters. He gives it up for Eliason. Eliason threw one off the foot of a Chaska player, I suppose, and it's going to be Eagan ball. All right, so Eagan quickly gets the ball back in, not letting Chaska set up anything defensively, and a couple of questionable officiating calls here this evening, but I can't do anything about it, and Zach Lee grabs the rebound with 4 minutes to go here. Nicholson's going to slow it down. Caden Hansen has been on Cole Nicholson all evening, and he's really done a nice job of guarding him. I mean, pretty much stayed out of foul trouble for the most part, and Zach Lee has it here. Eliason back over to Bjorklund. Nicholson in the corner. Here's Marcus Peters, who's wide open in the corner. He passes up a 3-ball. Chaska going to try to milk some clock here. They're swinging it around inside for Bjorklund. Bjorklund, Nicholson, Peters. Peters at the key. Foul. Kurt Olhosh commits a foul on Marcus Peters. 3:29 to go here in this second half. 52-36 the score. A couple of fans start to exit the stadium here from Chaska High School. Frigid day here in the suburbs of Minneapolis, St. Paul. The snow fell earlier this week, and we have now entered the cold season. We were pretty lucky earlier as a foul was committed on the floor. Earlier in the season, the winter season, it was pretty warm. You know, a couple weeks ago we were up in 40s and 50s, and now this week we've really been lucky if we get above 30 degrees. So 3:18 to go here, starting to get this one milked away a little bit. Matt Eliason has it for Chaska. Referee's whistle popped out of his mouth. He has to bend over to recollect it from the gym floor. Eliason to Nicholson. Nicholson trying to find someone open. Gives it over, and a foul on Eagan. That is lighter with 3 minutes and change here. 52-36 the score. Nicholson saves the inbound pass from going out of bounds. He checks his footing and gives it over for Peters. Another foul on Eagan. Holy Moses. 2:57 to go here. Going to go 1-1 now. Carlson picks up his second foul. It's going to be Peters. It's a charity stripe for 1-1.
Schmidt is back in.
Peters up for the first, and it's good, so he'll get another one. 53-36 to go. 2:57 on the scoreboard. Both teams in the bonus. Chaska committed 8 fouls this half. Eagan committed 7. Chaska can pull away with this one by a little more in these last couple of minutes. Possibly do we see the bench become active? A little deeper than it already does. A travel by Carlson not called. Eliason pickpockets him, and now Chaska's going to push ahead. Fix checks in for the Hawks, and it's up for Bjorklund. Bjorklund and Chaska are going to try to milk this one away as much as they can. And Peters is down low. Peters to Nicholson. Nicholson went up, almost was able to throw one down. That would have been exciting, but ball was knocked out of his hands and a foul called. on Eagan. Schmidt picks up his third foul of the night. Nicholson shooting a pair here. First one is up and good. Fix enters, replaces Eliason. I would imagine Matt Eliason's night may be over with. Chaska up by 19 now. 55-36. Nicholson at the line for the second. Two, it's up and good. A 20-point lead for the Hawks. Spencer Getz is going to check in, and Chaska's, there it is. Chaska's fans start to chant Samir. And Samir Omar going to check into the game for Chaska. Here he comes, his first varsity experience. If you don't know the backstory of Samir Omar, it's his first year after playing basketball as a freshman, a fan favorite, let's just say, in the Chaska high school community. Andrew Fix with it now. 2 minutes, 10 seconds to go, Leah. Enters. Ben Coleman also going to check in. So just about 2 minutes to go, a 20-point lead for Chaska, and here comes the JV team. Samir obviously a senior, so he's ineligible for JV, but Andrew Fix here for Chaska Bjorklund now. Chaska really throwing away as much clock as they can. Here's Nicholson going to try to drive the lane. Bjorklund almost lost the pass. A minute 48 to go. Bjorklund giving it away for Nicholson. Pass tipped away. Nicholson's going to try to win it back. I think Nicholson is going to try to win it back. And here comes Samir Omar for Chaska and the rest of the JV team. A timeout on the floor. Ben Coleman also will check in for Chaska. And when we come back on the Chaska Hawks, oh nope, we're going to skip right through that timeout and just get some substitutions in. So the first action for Samir Omar in his varsity career, as well as Ben Coleman, the son of Dana Coleman, head coach, and the brother of Andrew Coleman. Omar drops the inbound pass on his first play. Peyton Ayers now checks in. Zach Leah exits. So the varsity team tonight is done. The only reason I laugh is that we'll get to Samir Omar a little bit later in the season. We'll tell you a little bit more about him. He's become a fan favorite around the school. Let me just tell you that. And see him in on the varsity team. He tried out and wasn't sure if he was going to make the team, but Dana Coleman gave him a roster spot. And this is his first time in here with Chaska now up by 18 with a minute and 20 to go. Peyton Ayers, the junior, has it. Samir Omar gives a pass off to Coleman. Ayers Fix now. Fix back to Ayers. Ayers takes the lane. Peyton Ayers going to be called for a block. It'll be a 1-and-1 for Peyton Ayers. I remember a quote from Coach Dana Coleman. I was at one of the parent coach meetings this season, and I remember a quote from Coach Dana Coleman. He said, he was talking about what had gone on at practice earlier that day, and he said, Peyton Ayers, number 11, Ayers hit a three, and nobody said anything, nobody cheered or anything, but just last week, at the time, it was a couple weeks ago, he said just last week, Samir bent over to tie his shoe, and everybody went crazy. It tells you a little bit about how much everybody likes Samir Omar. So here's Ayers to the line for a pair of free throws. Ayers gets a second free throw to drop here with a minute and 8 to go. Chaska with a big lead here, 20 points with 60 seconds left.
1 minute to play.
This is House. House has it over now for Hillsheim. The JV team also in for Eagan. Hillsheim has it. Hillsheim in the lane, doesn't know what to do with it. Gives it, and there's going to be 3 seconds, but it's not going to be called. So now it's O'Malley. No, that's Erickson who had it rather. Colton Dodds gets the steal off the turnover. Here over for Peyton. Ayers. Now it's for Ben Coleman. Ben Coleman inside for Gets out for Ayers for three. Dribbles in and out. Samir Omar battling for the rebound. It's going to be Starkey who out-rebounded him. Carter Starkey, the 6'6" junior center. 17 seconds left. Eagan. Ryan Erickson now. In for Schmidt. Schmidt in the lane. Nothing doing there. Number 10, Hillsheim has it. Omar with the rebound. Omar up ahead for Ayers. Ayers finds Coleman. Coleman's going to take a three with 2 seconds left. Ben Coleman's three doesn't drop. And that's going to be a final. A 20-point victory for Chaska. 58-38. The Hawks win over Eagan. They get their second win on the year. Eagan falls to 0-3. Chaska up to 2-1. That's a final from Chaska once more. Chaska comes away 20-point victors in this one. The handshake line is through. Samir Omar, the highlight, getting his first varsity action. Parker Bjorklund with a big dunk. And that's going to do it here, folks, for us on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. For all our sponsors, Lenzen Chevrolet Buick, Above Beyond Marketing Communications, and St. Francis Orthopedic Rehab, as well as my crew this evening, Hunter Knapp and Max Hannanen. Thank you for joining us. Ryan Paul signing off from Chaska High School. Hawks win 58-38 over Eagan. We'll be back next week for more on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. Have a good night, everybody. Sword Hawks!